Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fiber Production. Stuff such and whatnot, don't forget the whatnot. It is very important. And, two things, I feel like shit. Mostly because I'm dealing with some craft stuff. And this thing right here, which is literally just one of those, like, windows, because I'm making an Elimination Chamber, and you guys can tell from the title. I'm making a custom Elimination Chamber. I'm not sure how well it will go, but I hope you guys can follow the timeline if you guys want to make one yourself. And this is just a tutorial for myself. This is how I'm doing it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so if it works, then great. If it doesn't, then that is what this journey is for. So make sure you watch the full video before you start buying anything, before you start crafting anything. So I want to make sure you guys actually get a good quality Elimination Chamber if it works. Meant to fit the scale ring. So it's not one of those like basic series like you tap on it and it makes a bouncing. Not that small ring. It's not meant for one of those small rings. If I wanted one like that, I'd probably buy one off of eBay for like 80 bucks. But I'm not. Actually, it's a lot more than that. So I won't even do that anyways. But instead, I want to craft my own, save some money, and then do stuff like that. So another thing I'm going to be using, is this shade color of foam sheets. I'm going to be using the thick ones. Let me get some stuff out of the way. I just did a Dusty Roads battle if you haven't. Okay, you kind of just find, sorry for the legs, but you kind of just find a piece that works best for you. And how I kind of did that is I stood the thing up over the ring. I put it all the way down because it's going to do that. And basically I put that Jeff Hardy figure up there because most likely guys like Jeff Hardy and his size are going to be up on the chamber itself. And I kind of just did it that way. So I can't show you guys without dropping the camera. But let me see what I can do here. Hold on. I ain't giving up. John Cena might have turned heel, but I ain't giving up. I'm not giving up. Okay. Handy dandy stuff such and whatnot. See. Don't skip the video. I promise I'll get it figured out real quick. There we are. Set that sucker up there. So where this is based off of is right here. So you can see it right here is where the turnbuckle is. I've got him right here. Basically, I did the head. I did where the head is. That's where you kind of want him to be. That's how I did it. Or even if you want to do it right here, either way works. But that's where you want to measure him. If you have like a Jeff Hardy, or I think even if you have a Cody Rhodes, like I think they're the same height, so that would work too. You just don't want to use like a big show. You don't want this thing to be too big because then it'll just look way too big and it won't look real at all. Basically, you find your corner and you just start cutting. You start cutting the side that you need. Warning, by the way, this thing right here, it smells awful. It smells horrible. So if you are ready for probably something that will put toxins in your lungs, then that's the project for you. I probably shouldn't be breathing this in at all. But hey, anything for crafts, right? Some people say that, I say that, I've always said that, even before other people did. So, I've been crafting stuff since 2011. And I was, I think, 9 years old. And I was telling people, or I was 8 years old, because my birthday's in October. So, or it's like, yeah, it's late in the year. So, I was pretty much 8 years old telling people, like, I'll do anything for crafts. I literally destroyed tables. With markers, I messed with printers that I shouldn't have. I did a lot of stupid stuff. So, we're going to keep doing that. I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do with the foam once I get more, because I'm running low on it. I've got more. And I've got some tiny sheets, too, that might help me. Depends on what I'm trying. But, yeah, as soon as that's done, I'm going to figure out the pods, because I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with that yet. I don't know if I'm going to use this material, like the, or if I'm going to use plastic wrap. I haven't figured it out yet. Just a couple of ideas in there. We'll just see what works best for my project. And yeah, I'll show you everything once it's all built up. And like I'm gonna use paper clips to put everything together. It's gonna be a project. It's gonna definitely be a process. So we're gonna see what goes on. And even if, like, I even thought about maybe using my own different colors. Like, be creative, man. It's your chamber. It is your project. You don't have to do it exactly like I am. If you want it blue, if you want it red, if you want to try to do some WWE stuff where they had the Hell in a Cell red, if you want to do that with your chamber, go ahead. Like, this is your stuff. They had it blue at one point with the lighting. They made it kind of blue. So maybe my thing is red and yellow. So hey, maybe I can have a red and yellow thing on it. We'll see. But nothing's set in stone currently, except for the fact that I'm using the screen. I think it's called like a window screen. I'll probably have a picture on here from Walmart. I got it off of Walmart. A couple of things off of Amazon. Like zip ties too. I might use some zip ties. Those aren't in yet though. So this will be a process. It's going to take a while. But once it's done, it's definitely going to be worth it. Thank you for watching for now. And let's get on to the next part. Stuff, such, and whatnot. Don't forget the whatnot. Alright guys, so you can kind of see how it is. It's not standing up yet, but that's basically how it would look. Oh my god. Basically, like, it's not perfect right now, obviously. It's not going to be. Get these damn figures out of the way. But basically that's how it's going to look. It's going to come back around. Like, it's going to be bigger. But that's the thing, like, I don't have enough here, and that will happen. Don't worry, that will happen. But that's why you cut more, and I'm going to go ahead and do that since I have the measurements I need. And I think the cool thing about it is you need well, I don't know completely how I'm going to do it, but like basically you need an opening anyways, and so I feel like that can help me out with an opening. And plus, I don't know if that would be I guess it would be good enough for you'd want to figure out how you'd want the like, do you want more layer to make it look less seeable? Because I mean, you can see that there's a cage, but you'd really want to see the cage. So it just depends on how you want it. And plus, I do need it longer, which is a good thing I have those, because I can actually measure and see how much I truly need, and that will come later on. But I need to cut more. And the same size. Don't overdo it. Don't underdo it either. Just do the same size. Just keep it going, and you should be able to just use those what are those called? Paper clips. You can just use a paper clip and just put it all together that way. It might be rocky at first, but if you have something that can stabilize it, if you have something that can pick it up and keep it from falling, then I would recommend that, because that would be the next step that I am going to accomplish. So yeah, let's get to work. Alright everybody, we're back at it again, and we are starting to have some, and I'll try to show you the back there. It's basically the same thing, so back there a little bit. It's all kind of the same concept. I've got a little thing going on there, but nothing that will be in the story. It's not perfect at all. I actually tried to use staples, and the staples didn't work. You might see a few marks here and there, like you'll especially see them here. The staples, they were a bust. So learn from my mistake, and don't use staples somebody's home. But I'm using basically Velcro for a lot of this stuff. Like, this is Velcro. Very tiny piece of Velcro I had to cut off, which is hard to do. Keep that in mind. I have multiple scissors because this is just impossible. And it's very close up to the ring post. Don't worry about that, because then you'll have to have it kind of, you'll have to have your, I'm probably thinking maybe some plastic, some sort of plastic. You can just get off of eBay or Amazon, whichever store you buy off of. But basically what's going to happen is that over there, this thing here, that's already made up. You guys already saw it. At some point, it will be cut down a little bit more, depending on how much I really need. Which having this platform helped me a massively amount. So we are closer to getting things done. It's just a matter of getting the cage. And you'll need a stabilizer. Like, this is not stable yet. You'll probably want something like, even if you have like you can see how it feels. It doesn't feel too bad, but I'll see how it looks like standing wise. Like, it's not perfect right now. You'll need a stabilizer to help with that, and you can put it here. You can put it in the middle. I would probably do both. I got these bigger foam sheets accidentally, actually, to be honest with you, but it ended up being a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. Yeah, so this is the foam, and then you can use the thin foam, which both came from Walmart. So sometimes Walmart is nice to shop from, but it's really, sometimes you'll find better stuff at a craft store and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what's going on right now, and it's going to be an elimination chamber. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do, and what it kind of looks like for the elimination chamber already, is I'm already going to have the cage here, so there's no real need to have the plastic there. If you kind of look at the elimination chamber from years like 2008, it's kind of like that. So, spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't seen Stone Cold Steve Austin attacked Paul Heyman, which I don't know what this is going to be out, but if this is a spoiler, I apologize. But you definitely need something to carry this piece all the way down, just like how you did with these. And you'd have to cut in the middle. I'm not good at it at all, so it's not aligned very well. It's not very perfect. It's not going to be perfect because it's made out of foam. But then you just, staple those down there, and it will be good enough. It won't give you any issues. But then you will want to do the same thing. Just make sure you're doing what I do and put it like, put it in like this already, so you know how much room you need and how much room you'll have. So then you're doing it. Other than that, it looks pretty good. You got it over there. Every corner is set for... Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, so this is just the idea. And this is going to probably use for like the top. I'm thinking I'm going to do like, kind of have something there to help hold up the cage. As soon as I figure that out, like I'm thinking about using string at some point. I have a thing of string. So yeah, fun stuff. And crafts are it's very hard with crafting, but it is worth it in the end, because then you get a masterpiece like this. Well, somewhat of a masterpiece. It's getting there. We'll be back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you guys can see now there is another side that is holding up the chamber, and it does look like it is a little bit higher than it should be. This part keeps getting messed up, so that's something I'm battling with. But overall, it still looks, for a custom that isn't plastic, and it's just one of those like things you just whip up real fast. Well, in a way, it's not bad, But I've been doing a few things. Usually if you put 2, it should work. I'm going to see how it works, but you can put... Oh yeah, I had to do that. I ran out, so I did that. That part doesn't matter, and it actually might help you out with the turnbuckles if it's cut up anyways, so that actually might be a good thing that I did it that way. But this is going to be the piece this way. I also have one, but I do need more thick foam. I went ahead and ordered some more on Walmart. This is the way that I'm doing it. And I just put it right through here with the Velcro. And my advice when you use the Velcro is to use this side of the Velcro, not this side, because this side will bend easier and will stick easier when you bend it. So it might not be a permanent fix, but it will at least bend easier and stay longer if you do it that way. Because this part is stupid stubborn. Stupid stubborn. Even when you cut it. Whereas this part, well, it'll at least create that piece, so when you stick it on, it will stay, but it stays better than the other part does. You don't really, you'll get it there, but you won't really get a good thing there. So, but yeah, this is how the chamber is so far. You guys might see this rivalry after WrestleMania, so stay tuned. And then, yeah, so no more staples for that side. Obviously, the Velcro from before, what we talked about earlier. And, yeah. So here's why. I don't know if I showed you this before, but here's why you need this part. You can literally slam it. Yay! Whereas if you do this, it will bend on itself. Whereas, well, there's a reason why it's quit falling. But it won't fall into itself. And it'll just stick right there. You know? Oop, I just swallowed a whole gummy. A whole gummy snack. That was not good. I thought I was going to choke. But, yeah. So, and it will get to this part of things if you use it enough. You know, but that's the fun part about making these. And then you can just like either sandpaper or just use your hand. It won't be too bad. It looks worse in the camera, but in real life it won't be too bad. That's why I like using these foam sheets, especially on those belts I make, or even the masks that I made for Kane. Yeah. So, anyways, by the way, I made a review video about him. Go and check it out if you will. Where is... There it is. So that part, right after the floor is done, will be added on. And then we shall have an elimination chamber almost complete. I did some plastics, some plastic sheets, which you'll see in... I hope it doesn't take a full month. If it does, that sucks. eBay is kind of weird with their economic shipping right now. But the pods will have these plastic sheets, or should at least have the sheets, by that time. So, alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Well, the next clip at least. Okay guys, it's been a long time since I've done an update. To be completely honest with you guys, this is one of the hardest projects I've ever done in my life. I bought these, my fiance gave me this idea to use sticks to hold up this part, which is actually doing pretty good, I might add. Of course, this thing is the biggest piece of crap because it's the only thing holding up the other side, until I get the pod going, but just kind of wanted to give you guys something like that. This is, don't mind the plate, I'll clean that up. This is the pod. It will either be the biggest fail of this project, or it will hold up well. That's what it looks like from the other side. I think it's cool though. I have super glue, but I went ahead and just did Velcro because for some reason the super glue just was not having it. It's good on these, and then it's just not good on those. Of course I got the stuff. So like he can stand in there. He's standing on his own. Don't worry, I'm wearing pants. But he's doing pretty well in there. I need something for the other side. That is the only thing I'm missing is that other side because, well, you can't really see very well because of this, but that's kind of the point. Yeah, the other side doesn't have a doorway. Let's see if I can film that part. And I'm having a hard time, but yeah. So that's currently the first pod being assembled. I'm very proud of it, even if it becomes a big piece of crap. Like I'm pretty proud of what it's becoming. Honestly, I might even just do Velcro. Just to like, I don't know, like have it open up when he's about to come out, but I just don't want that to mess with the thing. I don't know, guys. This is this is harder than what it looks. It really is. Especially when you're in college and you don't have time to play with this. So it's like, sorry, I'm shaking. It's like you don't have time to play with this like you really want to and build it, and then all of a sudden, like, you just have a hard time. But with time, I've learned this, ladies and gentlemen. If you take your time, things will come up for you. I have learned that the hard way. So, it is all possible. Live your dreams and build your own elimination chamber. Thanks for tuning in, and on to the next clip once it's ready. Well, guys, it's taking a long time to do this, and it sucks because I really need to get this match going, but I'm patient with it. It's okay. There's the ring. These are the sheets that I'm using for the pods. So still trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. I made this one, so that one's done. These two have already been constructed. I'm out of college now. I just graduated, so as you guys will see in a video I'm going to make prior to, or yeah, I made a video prior to making this one, but Sheamus is kind of my test dummy right now, but so like I kind of used him and his head to make the kind of the because he's kind of tall, and then, you know, like if a guy like Edge is in there, I think they are, yeah, they're about the same height. So I made a tiny bit taller, but this is how the door is going to be, and all I have to do is just kind of move this out of the way and start opening it, which might be a little bit of a pain, but it's fine. So I just open it that way. I might even just put like a thing on there while I'm filming, but, you know, be like, ha 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 ha, on this day I see clearly, yay, I'm gonna get in here and hurt myself. So, you know. So it's coming along. It's coming along shortly, and then obviously all I have to do is just bring this back in, which is a little bit hard to do with holding a camera. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to do with the camera, but it's a work in progress. I'm getting it done. I'm figuring it out. So, yeah. That's the pod currently. I'm using, excuse me. I'm using sticks. I'm not going to put a roof on it just because I want an open roof elimination chamber. I'd rather do that instead. But yeah, I just have one more pod to put up, and then it should be fine. Obviously, I have to figure out the pod doors, and then this thing, and then you obviously have some more stabilizers, and I think this thing is done, honestly. So, just a few more things to do, and we will have an elimination chamber. And if you guys want to do your own roof, I'd encourage it, but it's definitely not necessary, especially since this stuff, like, you put any weight on it and it'll do that, and I'm trying to keep it from not doing that. So, you know, I'll keep it how it is, see how it goes, and yeah, we will see the finished production. Alright guys, it's finally done. And I'm not putting a roof on it, just because I want my own twist on it. This is supposed to be going high up there. There we go. That was supposed to be going up. It's fixed. This is almost a cluster. I'll be completely honest with you, a lot of things did not go the way that I was hoping it would, but overall, it's not a bad setup. I'd say at least when you're doing this, maybe try to take that part off if it's supposed to come off, because it keeps peeling off. So lesson learned there. I'm tired now. Holy crap. This thing's probably going to take me a while to film. I've got a match ready for you guys. When it comes to this chamber, this is the doorway, so it'll be over there. I have to clean this room because it is a mess since trying to make this. Yeah, guys, so overall, I think this thing did take me about $100 into making, so I don't know if it would have been more of a... I don't know if it would have been better to just kind of buy something off of eBay if I had the right price, but, you know, you live and learn, and it's fun to make. It is. I mean, it's not the best thing to fight, but it's definitely something to be creative about and kind of get your own scenario, like get your own creativity going, get your own idea on how you want things to be made for yourself. And yeah, I think I succeeded pretty well. I think it was okay. Took a long time. I think I started doing this thing back in January or February. I think February. So yeah, it's definitely taken a few months for me to finally get this done. Of course, I've had a lot to do, and I had to brainstorm a lot on how I was going to do certain things. But, I mean, it's done now, so now I can finally film. I can finally get this stuff filmed up and ready to go. So let's hope things go well. Let's hope that things don't fall on each other. If they do, then it'll be kind of like a GTS wrestling scenario where everything's all busted up and oh my god and all that crap. So we'll see what's up, guys, and make sure you watch WrestleMania. Make sure you watch how this all unfolds and see how we can get things started with WrestleMania 2. I had to get something off my phone. Another thing too that is probably going to be replaced, the entrance stage. It's just not one to stay anymore, and it's getting old. I know I only had it in like at the end of 23, but it's time for a change. So let me know what you guys want to see in the comments below. Let me know what I should start doing, and yeah, let's get ready for WrestleMania 2. Elimination Chamber style. I don't think this is going to become a thing. I just wanted to experiment and see what I can handle with my art. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see if I do more Elimination Chamber matches, but this one is definitely going to take a while just because of the fact that it's a wild thing to try to fix up. It really is. But alright, guys, thanks for watching, and if you want to make one of your own, I definitely suggest doing so. But it is going to take some time, and it's going to take a lot of resources, like the foam, the sticks to hold them up. Unless you have something else, but that's what I used, was the sticks. But let's see how it goes. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know how 6 people is going to handle this type of weight. So let's see how this Elimination Chamber goes. All right.